Hi Pisces, happy June. I hope you're doing well. When I turned the camera on, I couldn't believe the setup, so I'm leaving it where it is because I feel very strongly too that you get clarity here on something, okay? We come in with the energy of the Ace of Swords, okay? We've got the Eight of Swords. So you've got the Ace of Swords, Eight of Swords, King of Wands. He keeps showing up through here. We've got the Hierophant. Your advice card is the Nine of Cups. What works against you is the Page of Wands. And we've got the Six of Cups and the Lover card on the outbound. This is a mixed bag of tricks, but I can only hit it from so many different directions. You may have someone, you may be in a relationship, you may be in a job, you may be in somewhere where you're underselling yourself. You may be even underselling yourself to yourself. What I think your main takeaway from this should be is your value, your peace of mind. I think it's important for you to feel understood. I think you're compassionate, connected, but I think that there's also an air through here of maybe selling yourself short. You know what I mean? Something like that, to the point where, you know, I think you believe in everyone else's dreams and this and that, but I think you might be selling yourself short here. Or you've got someone in your sphere here who you're partnered with that is kind of zapping you out of what you should be doing. I'm going to say here, rock the boat. If there's something going on, this works against you here. It's the Page of Wands. I think you get a job offer, or I think someone gets a job offer here. If it's you, you need to really ask yourself if it's something that you want to do. I don't think it's in the position of what might not work for you. I think it's in the position there because it's something you won't entertain because you're afraid to rock the boat with someone else. You may be partnered with someone who's got real obsessive compulsion like that. Like you're really happy when someone else thrives, but your dreams get squelched in the midst of everybody else. And I think you may be presented with something here that may open some doors for you. Now, I want to say this. I think your intuition on certain things, well, on everything, is spot on. I think when you let your brain get in there, sometimes it can work against you. You can very, very easily also make mountains out of molehills, but I don't think you're doing that in this case. I think that your intuition is telling you something about someone or a situation, and you may squelch it. So that's why I'm saying to you, be okay making waves. Be okay if something comes to an end because you make waves. I think that what you find here is how do I say this so you understand it? My concern here is this card, because I think you're on a quest here. You're on a conquest for sure. And I think that you get what you're looking for. But I don't know how happy you're going to be about that. I don't think you might not get the outcome. You may have, there's no coin cards in here at all. None. And I worry, oddly though, I think this is something about possessions. But I don't see any, there are no coin cards in here. There are no grounding forces at all in here. So just make sure that what you're doing is practical, is the only reason that I say that, because I think that you may come to a realization about something that's been going on for a very long time. And I think it just comes to your awareness. And that's what I think you're looking for. I think you're looking for clarity on something here. I'm going to say trust your intuition and be okay to make waves. Okay. I think you find what you're looking for here. I think that someone too is always on the defensive. You know what I mean? Like you may be put in positions where you're always feeling like you need to defend yourself, or you're involved with someone that is always on the defensive. Whenever you ask a question, they're just always on the defensive. That's a big red flag here, because this card in here, like I say, when he shows up in a relationship read, which I think this does have something to do with a relationship, but I'm going to say it's kind of like life. It's life. It's not just segmented to the romantic relationships in our life. This, I feel, is like your life. I think you make a lot of sacrifices in life, and now you may have an opportunity to do something, but someone may not be so thrilled for you. Like you're the cheerleader for people, but they might not be it for you. Now, what I don't like is this. Okay, because I think that could be a dream that you had that you never explored, right? Or it could be the job offer comes in and it's something from your past that you really wanted to do, and it may be something where you end up having to move. I think that you do get some news here in reference to a job. Give me a minute. I think that being sincere about something, being open-minded, is a really good ally for you here. But I want to say here too, be open to things, but don't be blinded by them. I guess what I'm saying is don't be blinded by something. That King of Wands in here, I just think you've got inspirations in here that are untapped. And I think that you're either holding yourself back out of fear, or you've got someone in your surroundings that's holding you back. Now, your advice card is the 9 of Cups in here. That's a card too. I want to say you want to look at how you do things. You want to really pull that card. Let your cups runneth over from the true things that you value. I think that if someone is asking you to be, if you're doing something that's not, if you think it's, how do I even word this? Don't go into shady territory looking for things. You know what I mean? Don't venture into territories that are beneath you, I should say. If your moral compass is always spot on, if you're prudent in the things that you do, and you're don't be pulled somewhere where you shouldn't be just because it might be exciting in the moment, or because you're following someone else down the rabbit hole, is what I'm going to say about that. That 9 of Cups is really your values. What are the things you value? Are you willing to make changes in your life and not be so, don't let your possessions possess you. I think for some of you is where I'm going with that. It's great to have possessions, but when they're possessing you, they're really not luxuries anymore. So for some of you, you may have a job offer here, but it may work for some of you. It may not work for some of you. You know what I mean? I think that, I think something's pushing your buttons here. I think something is really forcing you to it's rehashing something from the past here. Someone may ask you to do something here. Don't be joined at the hip with something that you're not comfortable with. There's a lot of things going on here, guys. I think that things come out of the blue at you. I think things come out of the blue at you. I think, again, what I can't shake here is I think that something, you know, something's been going on for a bit of time, and I really think that you're on a Nancy Drew quest here to figure out what that is. I think you know what it is, but I think that you may not want to pursue it. I would suggest with the energy card coming in here with the Ace of Swords is I don't feel you're going to be able to drop it. I think you'll go for it. And with the 8 of Swords, you've got the 8 and the Ace of Swords in here. You can do whatever this is. That 8 of Swords with the Ace of Swords absolutely is a combination that says you can absolutely do whatever it is that you're looking for here. So if you're looking for something, I would say go looking for it. Now, that King of Swords in here, he could be, you know, he could be anything in a profession, right? He could be anything. He could be someone that, you know, my concern with that card sitting in here, though, is I feel that that is someone, even in a relationship, right? He could be the perfect happily married person. Not that he's going to do anything, right? But he's always someone that the equivalent would be like window shopping. You could be married, you know, you could have the best pair of shoes in the bag in your hand, and you have them. You know they're the best shoes. You're thrilled about them, but yet you stop at every store along the way just to see what's in their window. He's a window shopper. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean he's going to leave a relationship, or she or whoever is going to, it's just they always wonder if they got the best deal. You know what I mean? They always wonder, can I do better in, you know, in relationships? That's what he does. So if you're doing that, you know, you may want to check why you're doing that. Or you may have someone in your sphere that you're, you know, I don't know. Honestly, this could go so many different ways, but I think something is revealed to you, but I think it's like you kind of have wind of it and you go on a quest to find it, and you do find it. The Hierophant there, I feel for you, is about inspiration, right? I think that it's about experiences in your life, treasuring them, experiencing them. You know, I think it runs the risk, though, too, of the things you've done and you haven't done. You know what I mean? You don't want a life of regret here. If you've got someone who's not wanting you to do these things that you're really wanting to do, you're kind of selling yourself out, you know, and you're I think you can do something here career-wise that you want to do. And I think that you're either afraid. I would say go for it. There is absolutely nothing in here. The only thing, honestly, and I think that this card is really sitting here because I think you're not going to do it. I think you're going to sell yourself short out of fear, right? It's a job opportunity, and I think it comes out of nowhere. I think there's a few different scenarios going on here. You know what I mean? Or you can find out that, you know what? Someone has had your name in a hat for a particular job for many, many different times. And then someone has been cutting you off at the knees in your career for months or forever how long, right? But whatever it is, you find out something in here that's been going on for a bit, and I don't feel that you're happy about it. And I know it's tied to this card. So, again, don't be blindsided by something. You know what I mean? If you've got questions about something, speak up. Be okay rocking the boat here. This person, like I say sometimes, can be very high maintenance. You may have someone in your sphere that is extremely high maintenance. You know what I mean? Like if you propel forward in life, it's going to take away from whatever you're able to afford this person. That's silly. because the Hierophant is telling you it's great to have admiration for other people and what they want, but don't live your life full of regrets and miss your opportunities here. I think something comes out of the blue for you, and I think that it may require you to make some changes, and it may not, sadly, be as welcomed. Don't let something blindside you here, is what I'm going to say. Trust your intuition. I think you've got someone who is overly possessive in your sphere. And that's what I've got. I think that this is a great reading. I think you find some hiccups along the way here, but you know what? I have a feeling through here that whatever this is, there is always this, my eyes are a little funky since I started to do this reading, and that, when that happens to me, it's a sure sign that you're not trusting yourself. You're not having enough confidence in yourself. So note that, okay? If your vision starts getting wonky, just realize that that's a sign from the universe that you need to put more trust in yourself and the things that you're doing. Now, I want to say this. There is there's things that we fear in life, right? But then there's that little gray spot, that little inch that really, it's blind to us. We don't see it. It sits between where the fear is and where we jump. And I'm not talking jumping being stupid and making crazy mistakes like that. I'm talking, it's when we realize that, you know what, I'm not so, it's worse to stay stuck than to go forward. And within that little gray area there, it clicks. It clicks that it's not so bad to take this chance. And I think you're coming up on that, is what I think is happening here. And I think along the way, the catalyst to this is you find something else out. You find something out that's been going on for a bit. Now, again, I can't tell what it is because this is a general reading. You've got no coins in here. So I have to take notice of that. You want to make sure that whatever it is you're doing is grounded. Don't be in la la land. I think that that's great to have visions and stuff like that, but get the pad and paper out and start from the end. Start from what this looks like when it's done and backtrack and ask yourself if you'll put the work into doing this on the career thing. You know, whatever it is that you want to do here. Or it could even be a move. It could be anything, but I think you've got some old dreams that are worth exploring. And I think that, you know, I would suggest that you do it here. Yeah. Okay. You may be being sabotaged at work, or you may be coming up against this. You know, you may have been applying to things, right? And someone is like deleting the responses or pulling the things out of the mail. You come across something, whatever it is. If you feel the need to share it, I would love to hear what this is, because it's a really weird feeling. There's a bunch of things going on here, but I think it's life. I don't think it's one particular area. And that's why I say I think there's that little click spot where you realize this just does not work any longer. And I'm going to get my zest back. I'm going to believe in magic, and I'm going to go for the things that I want in life, regardless of, you know, your cheerleading squad is present or not. But that's what I think this is about, Pisces, okay? Watch your sun, moon, and rising. I noticed that this King of Swords, he keeps coming through here. And I noticed that the Six of Cups is showing up a lot too, and he, the messenger. So if you guys have been looking for jobs or changing jobs, it sits here. I just think that you're trying to weigh some stuff out here. This is what you're being asked to do. Peace of mind. That's really what I think it's about. What gives you peace of mind? What are your talents? Do you know what your talents are? Go find out. Okay, there you go. I hope that I helped you in some way, Pisces. I realized this was all over the board, but you, I think, are going to be hit with some realizations that come out of the blue at you. Some good, some positive for sure. And I think you'll, just believe in yourself and step out of the gate here. And I think some things you're going to be like, wow, only I can't tell what that is, because there's just this is a card too that speaks of be aware of your surroundings. Don't be so in the moment that you're not privy to the things that are really going on around you. Be present in that card. But it also says that sometimes, when we're so fixated on memories from the past or something from the past, it disables us from going forward. So you've got choices in front of you, and I think you're being presented with opportunities here. And you're being really asked here to follow the things that are right for you. If you look at this card, it's got all the balancing forces in here. You've got justice in there. You've got new ideas in there. You've got strength in there. I mean, you've got the whole shebang in there. Your cups runneth over. It's just, do you trust in you? Inspiration in here. I really think that that's what that is. It's wanting more. Go for it. Okay? Thank you so much. If you need a private reading, please reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to clarify this for you. Okay? Thank you so much.